The French are in many respects the most unqualified of any people in Europe to undertake the work in which they are embarked. Whilst pleasure was the sole object of living among the higher orders of society, it was the business of the lower to give life to their joys and convenience to their luxury. This caste-like division, by destroying all strength of character in the former and debasing the latter to machines, taught Frenchmen to be more ingenious in their contrivances for pleasure and show. They have never, in fact, acquired an idea of that independence, comfortable situation in which contentment is sought rather than happiness, because the slaves of pleasure or power can be roused only by lively emotions and extravagant hopes. Comfort, in a word, that state of existence in which reason renders serene and useful the days, which passion would only cheat with flying dreams of happiness. "11 days of weariness on board a vessel not intended for the accommodation of passengers have so exhausted my spirits, to say nothing of the other causes with which you are already sufficiently acquainted, that it is with some difficulty I add here to my determination of giving you my observations as I travel through new scenes, whilst warmed with the impression they have made on me. The sailors, with all alacrity, hoisted out the boat to row to shore the moment I obtained permission, and promised to row to the lighthouse. The weather was pleasant, and the appearance of the shore so grand that I should have enjoyed the 2 hours it took to reach it but for the fatigue which was too visible on the countenances of the sailors. Turning into the most picturesque bay I ever saw, my eyes sought in vain for the vestige of a human habitation. Before I could determine what steps to take, the sight of a boat relieved me. To save the sailors any further toil, I had my baggage instantly removed into the pilot boat of a retired lieutenant who spoke English. Though Marguerite's respect for me could hardly keep her from expressing fear strongly marked on her countenance, which my putting ourselves into the power of a strange man excited. He pointed out his cottage, and drawing near it, I was not sorry to see a female figure, though I had not, like Marguerite, been thinking of robberies, murders, or the other evil which instantly, as the sailors say, runs foul of a woman's imagination. Greece and Rome had instances of heroism, but it was merely the blaze of passion, for after vanquishing their enemies and making the most astonishing sacrifices to the glory of their country, they became civil tyrants and preyed on the very society whose welfare before it was easier to die for than to practice the sober duties of life, which insinuate through it the contentment that is rather felt than seen, like the parents who forgot all the dictates of justice and humanity to aggrandize the very children whom they keep in a state of dependency. These heroes loved their country because it was their country, ever showing by their conduct that it was only part of a narrow love of themselves.